LoreWarrior Online, BEO-12, Beowulf. Overview. After the clan defeat on Tukiad, Comstar immediately began upgrading several small production facilities in the Free Razelhag Republic into mech factories. The largest, Odin Manufacturing's facility on Orestes, was the first to produce a new mech design, the Beowulf. In 3058, when Comstar was driven from Terra, all of its mongoose scout mechs were destroyed, and rather than order more, the Precentor Marshal decided to build a new mech that would serve as a scout without the mongoose's lack of firepower and mobility. The new mech, the Beowulf, is near twice as heavy as the mongoose and has jump capability. Capabilities. The Beowulf is extremely mobile, combining an XL engine with MASC for extra speed and with a 180 meter jump radius. Combined with this mobility is the firepower provided by a large pulse laser and two of the newly developed ER medium lasers, purchased from the Free Worlds League. As a scout mech, the Beowulf is also equipped with a Beagle active probe and a tag system to direct incoming artillery. Deployment. Half of the Beowulfs produced go to the Comguard, the other go to the Razelhag Kung's army, and to date only the 321st Division of the Comguards and the 4th Cavalry of the Kung's army have received their Beowulfs. Short and sweet, unfortunately, for TRO 3060, but let's get to the stats. It's a 45-tonner with the chassis Beowulf 3. Its power plant is a GM270XL. Its cruise is 65 and its max speed is 97 kph, but with MASC it goes up to 130. The jump jets are Odin Type 2. Its jump capacity is 180 meters, and its armor is Wall Type 6 ferrofibrous. It has an armament of a single Blackenberg large pulse laser and two diverse optics extended range medium lasers. Its manufacturer is Odin Manufacturing on Orestes. Communication system is the -2 standard, and its targeting and tracking is the Blade 12 with Beagle active probe and tag. Funny enough, does it actually mention that in the write-up, its capabilities? Yeah, it does, yeah, near the end, yeah. So, stats-wise, this is a 270XL, which gives it a walk of 6, a run of 9, and jump of 6, with the MASC active, that goes up to a run of 12. It has 12 double heat sinks, giving it 24 heat capacity, and its armor is 9 on the head, 20 on the CT with 7 on the rear, 16 on the right and left torso with 6 on the rear, and 14 armor on the arms and 22 on the legs. Overall, not bad for a 45-tonner. Pretty good spread of its armor, decent speed, and its weapons loadout is actually quite respectable. No ammo to worry about, heat generally under control, and it's got decent range. Not bad, yeah, actually. It's also not the worst one in the art department either. As you can see, again, TRO 3060, a lot of these mechs got left out. Very little love for these little things, and they could all do with just a modern update art-wise. We're looking at a large pulse in the right arm, which is the big kind of oblong rectangle thing on the top of the right arm there, and its two ER mediums are on the left arm, which you can see one of them firing. It looks like the arm mount on top of the sort of wrist section there for the ER mediums can actually rotate possibly, because obviously the large pulse is sort of in line with the hand, but the medium lasers seem to be angled up while the hand itself is pointing in a different direction, so it gives some suggestion that it might be able to sort of rotate those a bit up and down, maybe possibly firing behind it in a 360, I'm not quite sure. Its jump jets are located in the left torso, left leg, right torso, right leg, and its MASC is located in the right torso with the tag in the head and the Beagle probe in the CT. Now, that's probably what the little indent sort of Enterprise nacelle type thing is. No, it wasn't nacelle. Nacelle's the engine. You know, the bit in the Enterprise D, there was always the big round sort of blue dish in the sort of underside of the hull at the front. It's that bit, I think, on the front of the mech here. The weird little kind of insect-like, spider-like kind of mandible bits at the front on the head's an interesting choice for a mech named Beowulf, after the famous legendary warrior that went after Grendel. I suppose it'd be an interesting fight between the two. But funnily enough, I know Beowulf was one of Tolkien's favourite stories, one of the inspirations for some of his writings. But that's a completely different thing aside. I'd happily use the Beowulf. Interesting mech. Obviously, at the time of the TRO being out, it's probably one of those mechs at around 3060. Probably not a lot of them skulking around, and if you were sticking strictly to where they would be deployed, you're only talking about if you're playing operations in a sector of space that's going to be near to the Rasalhague Republic / the sort of exiled Comstar, so to speak, and thus you're going to have a scenario where maybe you've got some players working for a group that want to steal one of these new mechs, possibly, or they're just in some kind of activity that's bringing them into direct conflict with the FRR or with Comguard, and though it might result in you maybe salvaging one of these. Obviously, you can be a bit more flexible. Maybe a small number have also been sold to some mercenary companies or some private groups out there. Who knows? That kind of idea. But certainly one of those 45 tonners that you could plonk a couple down. A little bit of threat. Got some decent damage. Not too heavily armoured, though, that they would be something that would be a severe threat. Interesting profile on movement, armour, and weaponry. Nice mix, actually. So, yeah, could be an interesting threat. Or a good player mech. So, yeah, I don't mind it. Beowulf looks quite good. But we'll leave you with that one. Sorry about these ones being a little shorter. As I said, the TRO 3060, unfortunately, is a tad brief on a lot of the more traditional writing in TROs, and sadly, none of these mechs ever got a kind of revamp or an upgrade TRO kind of entry. It's just what you get, unfortunately. So it's a bit crap, but I wish there was more. But I can't really skip them because they're only really mentioned in this technical readout for the most part. So yeah, there's no. If I skip them, there'll be a bunch of mechs that some people may never see or hear of. So yeah. Anyway, have a good one all. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.